By the way, we can talk about the risk management aspect of suppliers and your supply chain, right? So supply chain risk management's a big deal. You don't want to be beholden to just one place, right? So if you have one place that you're pulling material or input items from, you don't want to necessarily, you don't want them.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, you don't want them to sneeze and you catch a cold, right? Like, so that.
Oh, that's why I wear a mask.
Well, we don't get political.
That wasn't bothering. I just wanted to make that joke. It seemed like it really fit in right there.
There's a lot to be said about not having a single supplier that you're completely reliant upon. At least have, a secondary
plan B and a plan C.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Let's see some other areas. Chicago. Haven't bid a new project this year as cost increases are too great to be competitive now I'm not familiar with this, the infill spec market, doing remodeling work until things settle down.
That's gotta be one of them Chicago phrases. I have never heard of that either.
Yeah, I don't know. Now I gotta
Google it.
Google. Yeah.
Just Google it.
So that is, hold on, I'm trying to talk and type at the same time.
Two things don't work together.
So that is something I've also heard in the industry is a lot of the contractors have shifted to more, individual retail residential type projects, right? So remodels, retrofits, and things like that.
Which is funny because that's what I keep hearing too, and yet no one shows up at my house when I'm looking for quotes.
Yeah.
So I will say, coming from the construction background for doing it for so long, it's a very odd market. I was looking through here to see if there's anything more local to where you and I are, and I don't see any.
Yeah.
I cannot understand the complaining of how the market is beating the shit out of these contractors, and yet when you call them, it's like they can't be bothered to show up. It's driving me insane. There's work I need done at my house, and I can't get anybody to show up and give me a quote.
Yeah, I think we have this scheduled for next week.
We're doing that for next week, yeah. So I'm really gonna rip into contractors next week. So
yeah,
stay
we're gonna
tuned.
talk customer service. We'll talk, kind of like customer facing stuff. But look, I mean, some of it could be the demoralizing aspects of the market that they're working in. I don't know. I mean, like I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but
I was kind of hoping to see a quote from somebody. I mean, it looks like the most local one here is Philadelphia, and quite honestly, I don't really care what Philadelphia thinks. Hi, Philadelphia.
We love you, Philadelphia. Well, I mean, I don't love the Eagles, okay, but I love Philadelphia as an area.
I don't love the fans, but I guess Philadelphia is an okay city.
All right, so infill spec development has to do with the process of developing vacant or underused parcels within a market. So essentially finding those areas that are kind of like the in-between areas of those built up developed areas. So that's kind of like the, not necessarily the gigantic developments, it's the stuff in the middle. Yeah.
I think certain cities in New Jersey call those redevelopment zones.
Yeah.
Or as we call them in New Jersey, tax havens, where all our money gets thrown in a hole.
Well, yeah, or even in some of the wealthier areas, when they put in like a big development or something like that, there's typically tracts of land that don't get included. Yeah. And so I would imagine that's like, the step down in terms of the size and scope, but, kind of like filling in that gap where, you're now backfilling some of the lots that didn't get used up in the overall, the bigger project.